Antidepressants are everywhere, one of the most prescribed drugs in the world. For many people, they bring real relief, less panic, fewer dark days. But there is a catch that many whisper about. I don't feel like myself anymore. Why does that happen? Today we will discuss what these meds really do to your brain, your emotions, your thinking and your energy. And the part almost nobody talks about. No fluff, no fear, just clear science and real practical steps that you can discuss with your doctor. At the end of this video I will share simple advice on how to come off antidepressants and avoid the worst withdrawal symptoms. I know this topic is sensitive and I am not a medical professional. That is why I will share as many research links as possible to back up what I say. Let's start. Here is the first problem. Most clinical researches on antidepressants last from 6 to 8 weeks, but in real life, many people often take them for years, sometimes even decades. That means we know a lot about short-term effects, but much less about what happens to your brain in the long run. Second, withdrawal. When you try to stop, your brain can suffer. Headache, diseases, mood swings, even panic. These are not rare. And yet, withdrawal symptoms are often brushed aside or blamed on the patient. Third, emotional blunting. Yes, antidepressants can calm the storm of negative thoughts, but they also flutter the highs. Joy, excitement, passion, they all can feel muted. Life becomes safer, but also flatter. And finally, antidepressants treat symptoms. They can help you cope, but they don't always address to the root cause, the stress, habits and lifestyle factors that actually shape your mental health. One of the most common things people report when they start antidepressants is something they call brain fog. Thinking starts slower, memory doesn't work the way it used to, focus slips away more easily, and even simple tasks take more effort. And science shows there is a truth behind these complaints. A study from Cambridge tested healthy volunteers taking escitalopram, one of the most common SSRIs. The results showed a real change in the brain's ability to learn from rewards and mistakes, something that calls reinforcement learning. In practice, that means your brain reacts less to success and failure, so you adapt and learn more slowly from everyday experience. But here is a twist. Not all antidepressants work the same. One drug, vardeoxetine, has shown in several trials that it can actually improve certain areas of cognition, like focus, working memories, and processing speed. So the bigger picture is clear. Antidepressants reshape your brain chemistry in a both positive and negative way. It is never completely good or completely bad. It all depends on drug, dose, and the person. One of the main reasons doctors prescribe antidepressants is simple. They want to reduce anxiety and stop cycle of dark, negative thoughts. And to be fair, that part often works. Many people report feeling calmer, more stable, less overwhelmed by constant storm inside their head. And that is the good side. But here is a catch. Along with the fear and sadness, antidepressants also turn to mute joy, passion, and excitement. It is like turning volume down not only on the bad feelings, but also on the good ones. You feel safer, but also less alive. For some people, it is like life turns flat. The problem fades, but so does the colors. And this is not just personal stories or internet rumors. Research shows that some SSRIs can cause something scientists call emotional blunting. It means both the highs and lows of life are dulled. That is why so many people describe it in a single but really painful sentence. I lose myself. You are not drowning anymore, but you are not swimming either. It is more like floating, calm, safe, but disconnected from the full experience of being alive. When anxiety goes down, focus can actually improve for some people. With fewer racing thoughts, it is suddenly easier to concentrate, stay on task, and finish what you started. But for many others, story is very different. Motivation collapses. You feel apathy, no spark, no drive to move forward. Even the things you used to care about can start to feel empty or unimportant. Recent research helps to explain this. Antidepressants can shift the brain's effort-reward balance. Normally, your brain pushes you to act because the reward feels exciting. On medication, reward can feel weaker so you don't push as hard, and the natural fuel for willpower runs low. And this is not just about your job or studies, it splits into everywhere. Your health, your relations, even the basic will to take care of yourself. The energy is there, but the spark that turns it into the action often feels missing. Now let's talk about basic thing how to stop antidepressants medication safely. And first of all, I need to say something very clear. I'm not a doctor and this is not a medical advice. Always talk with your physician before making any changes in your medication. Now, here is what research and patient experience show about stopping safely. And the number one rule: never stop cold turkey. Quitting suddenly can trigger severe withdrawal. Diseases, headaches, mood swings, even panic attacks. For some people, the symptoms can last weeks or even months. The safer way is slow tapering, lowering your dose step by step under medical supervision. It gives your brain time to adjust and keeps withdrawal manageable. Second, keep journal of symptoms. Write down sleep, energy, mood, and anxiety levels. That way, you and your doctor can see patterns and know if the taper is too fast or not. Third, combine the process with lifestyle support. Regular sleep, exercises, and healthy diet. Physical activity and sleep are natural stabilizers for your brain. And the final, don't go through this alone. Build a support system. Family, friends, or community who understand what you are going through. Having people around you makes the process safer and emotionally easier. Here is a key idea. Don't see antidepressants as the only solution. Pills can help, but they work best when combined with other tools that support your body and your brain. First, therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for example, can help you change patterns of thoughts that fuel depression and anxiety. Research shows that combined therapy and medication often gives the better long-term results than medication alone. Second, lifestyle. Exercises, nutrition, and quality sleep. They are like antidepressants built into your body. 30 minutes walk, lifting weights, or even yoga can increase brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine in ways similar to medication. Third, stress management. Learn simple practice like meditation, journaling, or breathing exercises. They calm your nervous system and give you back sense of control. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. And finally, communication. If you feel emotionally flat or disconnected on your medication, don't stay silent. Talk to your doctor about other ways. Sometimes small adjustment like lower dose or different medication can reduce side effects and give you back your spark. The point is, you have more power than you think. Build habits and tools around the pills and you will lower the risks while raising the chances for real recovery. Antidepressants can save lives, but they also came with a cost. Your focus, your energy, your emotions. Knowing both sides gives you the power. The best results always came from mixing meds with therapy, lifestyle, and strong habits. Don't fight this battle alone. And if you want more science-based tools for focus, discipline, or emotional strength, type free in the comments and I will send you access to my free online course. See you there!